Big guy here. Today, we'll talk about something. Had a commenter recently talking about he doesn't have much money, how can he go out and date a lot, right? So I'm here to tell you something. Dating shouldn't cost that much money. You shouldn't be spending a lot of money on dating, period. By the way, if I look a little different, if I kind of lost like 45 pounds in the last few months, I've been trying to practice what I preach, work out a little bit, eat a little less, and so far, results have been pretty good. Anyway, so back to the original point. Dating shouldn't cost a lot of money. Now, the reason why I say that is, if you're trying to spend a lot of money on dating, just go buy a prostitute. Just go buy an escort. At that point, you're basically doing the same thing, right? Like, you're trying to take a girl out to an expensive dinner, right? It's like, hey, I'm going to spend $200 on this fine, fancy, expensive restaurant in the hopes that you'll like me. Now, here's what that is subconsciously saying. If you're trying to spend a lot of money on a woman to impress her, the woman's going to think, he has to spend all this money on me? Is he like not a quality guy? Is there something wrong with him? What is he trying to hide by spending a lot of money on me? So, if you're trying to spend money on a first date, you're not doing it right. Okay, what is the point of a first date? The point of a first date is to find out how compatible you and the woman are. To find out what type of chemistry you'll have. To get to know each other. You don't need to spend a lot of money to do that. The type of first dates I like to do, I like to go for a short motorcycle ride. Granted, you need money on a motorcycle ride, but same difference. You can go for a car ride, you can go for a walk. The point is, I take them to a place that's, I don't want to say secluded. Sometimes it depends on the person. I might take them to a park, might take them, it's almost always to a park, but some parks are less busy than others. Or to a creek, to a river, something, just anywhere that you can go and walk around. Or walking around, we get to know each other. We talk, we banter. I reach down, I'm holding her hand. She holds my hand back, everything's going good, right? We just keep walking, keep talking, 20, 30 minutes go by, everything's going good. I'll spin her around and give her a kiss. Guess what? Got a kiss on the first date. We have good chemistry, we're laughing, everything's going on. And I haven't spent a dime except for gas money. If you can't afford gas money to go on a date, that's you got a bigger problem. But even then, let's say, if I go meet a woman for some drinks, right? I'll take her to like a Mexican restaurant, get some margaritas, because I don't know, it just sounds better than going to a dingy bar for some reason. But even then, one margarita, two margaritas, between the two of y'all, $30. 40, depending on how quality it is. But that's not much at all. The thing is, you shouldn't be trying to spend a lot of money to impress a woman. You should have enough confidence that you're impressive enough that you can, you and the chick shows up at a place and you're like, here I am, this is me, love me. If you don't love me, something's wrong with you. I know that's kind of cocky to say, a little bit conceited, but that's kind of the mentality you got to have. You have to believe that you're worthy enough that once she gets to know you, she's going to like you. You have to believe that you're a likable person, that you're a lovable person, that you being in her life is a benefit to her. And if you have these beliefs, you'll know that you don't have to buy her expensive dinners. You don't have to take her on expensive dates. And to be honest, expensive dates are more fun after, y'all been dating for a little bit. After y'all, done the deed. After there's chemistry there. I'm not a fan of taking a woman to dinner, but, after she depleted a lot of nutrients, loving on me for an entire night. Yeah, I want to take her out. Yeah, I want to, get her some good quality food in her so she feels a little better so we can have a repeat of the night again so she has the energy for it. You know what I mean? But until that point, I'm not trying to do anything crazy. Like, if I buy her a meal, it's because we've been out for, on an 8-hour bike ride somewhere and we did a lot of hiking. Then yeah, I'm going to buy her a meal after that. But before then, it's just, if it's just, hey, I got your number, we're going to meet up here. No, I ain't spending a lot of money on her. Why should I? Who is she to get my hard-earned money without, giving me anything in return? And that's the thing. You got to believe that you have that type of quality, that a woman has to earn your money. She has to earn your time. She has to earn your attention. And that's kind of what the beginning first dates are for. And if a woman's, dead set on you taking her out to a nice restaurant, forget her. Actually, what I tell them is, Oh, I've been flat out brutally honest with women, and I should probably be a bit more tactful these days, but when a woman asks me, like, if I'm out and about, seeing the band or something, and a woman's like, hey, you should buy me a drink, I flat out look at them and say, I don't buy a woman shit until after I fuck them. It's gotten some mixed reviews. But that's kind of my motto, my principle. Like, I don't want to spend money on a woman until I know that, we're intimate and stuff, or it's going to lead to that. And until then, it's about getting to know each other in chemistry. Because otherwise, why should I go out and spend, $100, $150 on a meal just, to be in the presence of a woman? You do realize there's like a lot of women out there. There's like, women are plentiful. Like, there's no shortage of women. I know some people, how this, like, some people are like, oh my God, I don't get that many dates. I'm horrible with women. I get it. But once you figure it out, once you work on yourself enough to get that confidence to unlock that hidden key item, whatever that one small tweak you got to do to your life to get to the point where you realize there are a lot of available women out there, you don't have to, spend a lot of money to buy their attention, to buy their affection. And if you want to do that, go find one that's going to give you what you want for the money you're spending. I mean, let's just be honest here, because if you're trying to spend a lot of money on a woman in hopes of getting laid, that's kind of what you're doing anyways, right? But the thing is, first dates shouldn't cost a lot of money. Dating in general shouldn't cost a lot of money. I mean, okay, let's look at it this way. If a woman was wanting you to take her out to dinner, be like, hey, look, I'd rather cook you a meal. You can go out and buy some nice quality steaks, like a 3-pack for between $30 and $40. Bag of charcoal, $10. Wine, potatoes, all that stuff. So you're looking at $70 total for a huge meal that you'll have leftovers and eat plenty more. And then you're in an intimate environment. You're at your own house, right? Or you can go to a public park and grill. That's even more intimate, to be honest. Try to go to a park with a nice view of a sunset and grill there and see how that date goes. But anyways, the point is that money's better spent in a more intimate environment than it is going out buying the same meal, because you bought 2 steaks, drinks and all that stuff at, even a moderate restaurant, you're still looking at $100+. So if a woman's dead set on you buying her dinner, just be like, hey, how about I just cook you dinner instead? Or more points, say, hey, why don't you cook us dinner? And if she still refuses, forget her. She's just after a free meal. Let's say she wants you to go to, like a state fair or something. Man, that stuff's wickedly expensive these days. And to be honest, the fair is not a bad date. It's really not, because you're walking around, getting to know each other. You still have plenty of opportunities to reach out and hold hands, plenty of opportunities to escalate physically by trying to kiss. So, to be honest, going to a fair isn't a bad date. And there have been studies that shown that if a woman feels scared, she's more likely to fall in love with a guy. Like, if you take a woman to a high cliff, she looks over the cliff and she starts, getting butterflies and scary feelings or something, and then she looks at you, she's more likely to like you. So, to be honest, the fair is a good date. If I had to spend a lot of money on a woman, it'd be like a fair or a theme park. But even then, it's more fun if you already have a connection, if you're already intimate with each other. Because otherwise, what if you're at this fair and you realize she's like a total raging bitch, or she's boring, or you just flat out don't like her, and you're totally turned off by something about her. Then you're stuck at the fair and you always paid, outrageous money to get in, and then you're trying to ride rides with this, frigid chick that you're not interested in, and you're like, dear God, this day's got to hurry up and get over. Can one of my buddies come text me or something? So, my first dates are always something simple. I like to, go to a park and walk around. I like to short hike somewhere, not long hikes on first date. I mean, I know people like hiking and stuff, but again, it goes back to the point, what if you're 3 hours out into the middle of the woods and you realize this chick's a nightmare and you just want to get away from her? So yeah, like hiking might not be the best idea. So for first dates, just short, sweet, simple, and it shouldn't cost a lot of money. You don't have to take a girl out to a club. You don't have to take a girl out for a lot of drinks. First dates are about finding out how compatible you are. And even if you don't have that much fun, man, I mean, get creative with it. There are places you can go walk around, just go looking at stores. Fishing's a great first date and doesn't cost, fishing can cost a lot of money, but for the most part, fishing can be cheap as hell, depending on how you do it. But the point of a first date isn't to spend a lot of money. The point of the first date is to find out how compatible you guys are together. And then if everything's going smoothly and y'all like each other and the chemistry's good, it doesn't matter what y'all do from there. You can go to a phone book reading and have a good time if the chemistry's right. But that's my rant for today. Big guy out.